concentrate and temporary. This cash and carry, I'm stepping up to indicate the time has come to deviate. And all I want is for you to be happy and take this moment to make you my family. And finally you have found something perfect, and finally you have found death-defying this mess I'm buying. It's raining down with love and hate, and I find it hard to motivate. And estuary is blessed but scary. Your heart's about to palpitate, and I'm not about to hesitate. And want to treasure the rest of your days here and give you pleasure in so many ways, dear. And finally you have found something perfect, and finally you have found. Here we go. To show up for duty and serve this woman and honor her beauty. And finally you have found something perfect, and finally you have found yourself with me. Agree to take this man into your world, and now we are as one. My Lone Ranger, the heat exchanger, is living in this figure eight. Now do my best to recreate it. Sweet precision and soft collision. Our heart's about to palpitate, and I find it hard to separate it. Hard.
And in my volunteer work, my boss is the president of Abuja Literary Society, serving to honor him. I happen to be occupying not his shoes, but an office he has recently stepped aside from with the Abuja Literary Society, called the Office of the Quill Master, and he has asked me to graciously fill in once a while when he's not able to do that. So my name is Samira Haruna Sanusi. I'm the Quill Master of the Abuja Literary Society, and I'm honored to be here. Today we are here to celebrate life. Celebrate somebody I would like to call a heroine, whose exemplary life inspires people to have a reason to live. When I read the book, I must confess I read the book all night yesterday for the first time. I couldn't sleep. I think I sent her a text message about 2 or 3 a.m. I said, wow. What was the text message anyway? I said, wow, you write very well. I'll remember what it is I said later on. And then she sent me a text message telling me thank you. But that is a lesson in courage. And since we're here to celebrate her, I'd like to invite her, Samira Haruna Sanusi, to be over. Please take a bow. Please take a bow. Automatically, I don't even sit down because you are going to give us your welcome speech. Ladies and gentlemen, after the chairman's speech. Oh, forgive me, I was so excited. I'm so excited. Forgive me. Yes, Samira, please, you can sit down. At this point, I'd like to call on Alhaji Noman Ambata OM MNI to please give us a few words. You're welcome, sir. Please let's give him a round of applause.
أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. I want to simply say the Nigerian way, all protocols observed. But let me simply and refuse to omit my daughter Samira, just to recognize her, particularly Samira. That's right. Sorry. Oh, camera. So, my dear daughter Samira, you are most welcome. And distinguished ladies and gentlemen, including the parents. I want to say that I'm standing in as the chairman of this very important occasion, due mainly and simply due to the absence of my senior brother, my boss, and our friend, Alhaji Mahmoud Yaeli Ahmed. Our former boss, I and the biological father of Samira, we have been colleagues for a long period of time, and I think as we go on to relay the stories, we will come to even appreciate how we had together been in many of the hospital rooms and beds together to see Samira, with him all the time. He happened to find himself in France, and he had every reason to come back to be the chair of this occasion. He just simply called me day before yesterday and said, Ajay, where are you? I said, in Abuja. She thank God. What's happening? Please go and chair your daughter's program. Well, the best is that I was definitely going to be here. So it was easier if it were the fact that I had something doing. It would be a different story, but I received the invitation, and I was also coming to be on the floor. So let me simply say that today is a very important day to all of us. And let me start by saying this event centers on two issues. Presentation of the book entitled S is for Survivor. S is also Samira, but S is for Survivor. We will come to know that later. And then the formal luncheon of the Samira Sanusi Sickle Cell Foundation, which will also come to define and explain the importance of such kind of a foundation, of an initiative by a small daughter of us, like Samira. And the book is simply a personal story of a young girl's battle with sickle cell anemia. May Allah see us through whatever we are going to do from now to the end of this program. May it be beneficial forever to the parents, to the patients. And Alhamdulillah, Samira.
Today I'm introducing my two babies to you all. S is for Survivor, a book about my experiences with sickle cell anemia and the Samira Sanusi Sickle Cell Foundation. S is for Survivor talks about being faced with trials and struggling to find the courage and strength to fight through. It's a story of inspiration and hope. We all know that into each life some rain must fall. The question is, are you willing to stand the rain and work towards brighter days? During my 7-year journey and health battle, I was fortunate enough to find hope and a cure after at least 10 doctors gave up on me. They said I wouldn't live or walk again. Today, I am cured of sickle cell anemia. I can walk, my dreams. For Survivor is a messenger of hope. When you read it, you will cry, you will laugh, you will relate to some parts of the book, but most of all, you will realize the power of God. Time will help stop the pain. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much. At this point, I'd like to call on reviewer of the book, Victor Anolefo. His job is to make us buy the book. Ladies and gentlemen, the president of the Abuja Literary Society.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman. This self-involved, personal, on distance, and involved frolic in the story is difficult for an academic reviewer, myself inclusive. The reason for this difficulty is simply that the story you will read when you open S is for Survivor is not fictional. The characters are not fictitious. Some of them I imagine are here with us. The events listed in the book, the struggles, the frustrations are real. They actually occurred. It is within this second dilemma that I now find myself. In the health sector. Overall, it makes a case for carriers and shows that we have done too little to alleviate the pains of those like Samira. I commend this book to all who seek, understand, and who seek to understand and who seek to help. I thank you.
Dr. Kolapo Akim.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Well, it's nice to be here. And I remember the day Samira's father called. He said, Samira has decided to write a book. And there's no other better person to give some sort of review other than myself. Well, I'm a shy person, just like my profession. I tried to dodge. He said, look at Dr. Kevin, I said, well, you can't dodge this one. I said, well, I feel honored. Because I think it's not many times people get called to this kind of thing. Moreover, he said, look, you delivered that at the MD Medical Center in Jos, 6th of May, 1988. I didn't know this day was going to come. I was only doing my job. Yes. And I thank God for this. That those days, I mean, the mother would bring her. I said, what is the problem? The mother that would translate, well, this is how she's feeling. Well, you get that treated. Until now, at least, Samira can come to my office and say, Dr. Akemi, this is how I feel.
Wow.
I feel honored. I mean, I think it's not a small feat. And I think I've had the privilege of treating her about 3 generations. So, well, this whole journey started while in Jos. And until then, that was when Dr. Sanusi was with the NIPS. Abiba was, some few years old there. So, after being diagnosed, at least I was, before he left Jos, I was managing them. And while he left Jos, I think we lost contact until I came to Abuja in December 1997. Then we established contact again. I started running my clinic, and I remembered Samira registering in my clinic then. That was February 1998. And at least I've been managing her with other Sicklers till this unfortunate incident happened. And where the whole thing turned around. And I remember that day, I was not in town, I went to Jos. And while in Jos, the father called me and said, Samira is sick. I said, what happened? She said, I entered the room. I said, well, I will decide to take her to State Hospital. Everything went on until one day she said, okay, it seems as if there's a cure now. It's a bone marrow transplant. I said, bone marrow transplant? Well, I had to go and dig into that to at least educate myself. Let me see what